Hi, I'm Sensei Mui, and I have a lot of other names. Samana Ananda Abhaya is one of them. Ajari Mui Ananda is another one. I've been called a Theravadan teacher disguised as a Mahayana monk, but I've studied a lot of the different traditions, such as I'm ordained as a Soto Zen teacher in the lineage of Shenro Suzuki, and studied Pure Land, Tendai, Vajrayana. But I started out as a Theravadan monk about 42 years ago, and I've never quite gotten over the Pali canon. It makes a lot of sense to me. I like things to make sense. One of the things that doesn't make sense to me is the way that we use the word suffering and apply that to Buddhism. Buddha didn't talk much about suffering, actually. He talked about dukkha. Well, dukkha has a lot of meanings, but suffering just ain't one of them. Dukkha can mean bad experience. It can mean acute pain. It can mean chronic pain. In the old days, it might have been applied to a husband and wife arguing because their distress would often cause distress and discomfort in others. So dukkha also had a military application. If you were an archer and you were shooting an arrow at an enemy and you missed, well, that could be dukkha, a bad experience, because now you're unarmed and they're not. Dukkha had engineering application. A chariot, for instance, if the wooden axle and wooden wheel would not quite join together correctly, there'd be this kind of a thump, 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 thump movement as the chariot went by. So all in all, dukkha meant a lot of things. Well, Pali only had, 18,000 words to it compared to our 500,000. So each word had to do a lot of extra duty. Now, dukkha has two possible etymologies, and both of them work very well in context of the Buddhist teachings. For instance, one etymology has it as, and you'll find these both in the Abhidhamma and in the Visuddhimagga, by the way. One etymology is bad happening, as in a bad experience, like when you stub your toe, or you bite into an apple and find a worm. That experience could be both bad for you and the worm. So, that's one. And that's the one that we usually associate with the word dukkha. Something bad is happening. Well, the second etymology is probably the more important and the more germane as far as human being, and that is contemptible emptiness. Contemptible emptiness. It's like there's something right here that needs to be filled, and I gotta find something to fill it. Well, that void, that emptiness, that missingness of something that makes me happy, permanently satisfied, is not there. That's what I am empty of, is total, complete satisfaction. And this is really the true meaning of dukkha in the Buddha's sense. There's the acuity of pain, which we all recognize. There's the waiting for the other foot to fall in chronic pain, where the pain is there all the time. And then finally, the pervasive dukkha, that something's not quite right, something is missing. and I can't be happy for some reason. I can't find that peace of mind. I can't be physically satisfied. Maybe I'll go out and buy something, maybe that'll do it. Oh, it will for a little while. I had an incredible dinner last night, and where is it now? It didn't satisfy me for more than a few minutes. Oh, and by the way, that's one of the ways that dukkha came into the English language. It seems to be the root of our word dhamma. So when Buddha said dukkha happened, well, it does.